Okay, we will call the meeting to order if we can. Ask everybody to rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Morning, everybody. Welcome to the December 10th meeting of the York County Board of Commissioners. Roll call, please, Mary.
Gross.
Here.
Bowman.
Here.
Ott.
Here.
Sykes.
Here.
Obermeyer.
Here, open meetings law is posted on the south side of our chambers, is in the hallway outside of our chambers. It is also on our website. Proof of publication was in the York News Times December 5th and on our website also. Next up, we need to review and approve the minutes of our November 26th Board of Commissioner meeting.
Move to approve.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, Mary.
Bowman.
Yes.
Sykes.
Yes.
Gross.
Yes.
Ott.
Yes.
Obermeyer.
Yes. Next, we went to adopt today's agenda.
Motion to adopt.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please, Mary.
Gross.
Yes.
Bowman.
Yes.
Ott.
Yes.
Sykes.
Yes.
Obermeyer.
Yes. Officials forum. Morning, Harv.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Don't have much to report other than Road W over the interstate is closed because somebody hit the bridge on that one.
Oh,
So
wow.
they're going to have to go through and take the girder out, put a new girder in sometime down the road. So Road W is closed indefinitely also. Road M, the girder's in, they are now getting ready to start pouring deck and we're getting to where they can do the deck and the diaphragms on it. Maybe be open this year, most likely, my guess is next year. So anyhow, there, that's the fun
Did
stuff.
W just happen, Harv? Just recently? I hadn't heard.
They was closing it yesterday.
Okay.
So when did it hit, what hit it, I do not
No
know.
idea.
It doesn't look that bad, it's the westbound traffic that hit it. There's a spot that looks about yay, that looks like something hit it there. It doesn't look bad initially, but when you look closer, there's a big crack that runs all the way up through.
Is it?
So, yeah, it's gonna have to be redone. So, another inconvenience all over the interstate.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just look.
Okay.
Other than that, we're hauling gravel into stockpiles right now and still kind of blading roads and trying to build office up in Harborville. So that's kind of where we're at.
Okay. Good. Any questions of Harv this morning?
Do you know if they're gonna close the interstate anymore on the Road M1 or don't know?
No, they won't have to close it anymore. If they would close it, maybe one lane if they have to get underneath there and do something, but they aren't going to close it like they had and make all the traffic go around.
Yeah.
So that, we'll get to do that again on W though.
I know.
So.
Okay. Thanks, Harv.
You bet.
Any others for officials? Nobody else is here. Public comment time. Anybody from the public can come forward at this time if they wish.
This is on you.
Good morning, Willard.
Well, no, actually, it's on them. Willard Peterson, 514 Road 13. My address is York. I'm a proud resident of Bradshaw, and don't forget it. Mostly because I won't let you. Anyway, I was not going to be up there this morning until Hart brought up a little thought process, and I talked to you about this before, and it has to do with ways in maintainer buildings. For instance, the one in Bradshaw where he can't go to the bathroom, he can't wash his hands, he can't do nothing. So I heard about working on something there. So continue working on that if you aren't. If you are, then continue working on it.
Thank you, Willard. Anybody else from the public this morning? Okay, we'll continue to go down there. We will take an executive session, but we'll wait till the end of the meeting before we do that. There is no general assistance cases, so we're up to payroll and vendor claims. Everybody had an opportunity, I assume? Not
Fairly
much.
straightforward.
Yeah,
A few more legal fees showing up.
yep. Yeah, those aren't old.
We must have a prisoner
We do. Two, I think.
too. Oh, it is too. Okay.
One in each gender.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't know about those.
Motion to approve payroll and vendor claims.
Thank you, Daniel.
Second.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Gross,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Ott,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Obermeyer.
Yes. Discuss an act on funding transfer to the general fund to emergency management, from the general to the emergency management. This is just one of our normal funds through our budgeting process. And as you've seen by the fee reports, it is time to do it.
And what's it for?
The emergency manager, B. Gary's office.
Okay.
And it's in the amount of $41,479. And on the sheet, Mary, which number was it? Emergency manager.
Oh, it's.
Transfer 13
Yes.
on the sheet.
Move to approve the funding transfer to the emergency management fund.
Thank you.
Second?
Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Bowman,
Yes.
Gross,
Yes.
Ott,
Yes.
Sykes.
Yes.
Obermeyer.
Yes. Next up, the interlocal agreement between York County and the City of York for the overlay project on East 25th Street. As you've seen, we have that in our packet. I believe Gary had looked at that interlocal agreement, said it looked okay to him, and the city has signed off on it already at their last meeting. So that will proceed forward once we're done. And the amount, I don't have mine pulled up, but it was 50,000.
72065.
There you go. Is that it? Any questions for Harv or anybody on this one? I think we explained it pretty well last time.
Yeah.
Motion to approve interlocal agreement with York County and City of York for overlay project on East 25th Street.
Thank you.
Second it.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Gross,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Ott,
Yes.
Sykes.
Yes.
Obermeyer.
Yes. Next up, discuss an act on a grant for crime commission. Tristan,
Morning, everyone.
good morning.
I sent this out yesterday, but I don't know if anyone likes
We have.
physical copies.
Somebody-
We have.
Oh,
We have them.
perfect.
Thank you.
Somebody provided them.
Mary did.
Perfect. So, Tristan Perry, diversion coordinator. This is just bringing up the grant that we do every year for the crime commission. Nothing new from last year. Really, it's just kind of like the summary sheet says, it's to pay for the diversion coordinator position. So pulling in $34,008 for them working on the juvenile diversion program, $22,672 for the tenants monitoring program. So we've been having about the same amount of youth about every year since I've been working, and so there's no big need to change anything on the diversion coordinator side. Do you guys have any questions?
I did have one question, because this grant is applied for York and Polk County both, correct?
Yes,
Right.
yep, with York County being the lead.
Should we be putting some travel expense into that due to the intercounty travel?
We could, yes. There is $301 left out of the 500, or not 500, 56,981, so I could put that towards the travel.
Okay,
So,
so that $56,000 number, that's a total that we can apply for?
yes, that is the allotted
Okay.
amount that.
That was my question. I didn't know if there's any additional fundage we could gain by adding some travel expense into that due to
Right.
inter-county travel.
Yeah, for the first grant, which is this one, the CB grant, they have the allotted amounts for each county, which it is 37 and some change for York, and then 19 and some change for Polk.
Okay.
And then the next one they already have, it's the EV grant, and that's the just additional funds that are left over from this grant that aren't applied for. And so in that case, we could get some more travel funds
Okay.
and stuff like that. So,
And this is for Brennan's
yes.
position.
Yeah.
And I think when we talked about it at one time, that we are partnering with Polk, but there's not as much
Yeah, right now
happens up in Polk
we've
County.
had 5 cases for Polk, and so, yeah, the difference of 19,000 to 5 cases, we do pull in more than we spend time on.
No, we've been utilizing this, for a few years now.
So, it's been about 7, I think.
Yeah, and the only thing I would ask Tristan is that when we get this, I know that I get the emails too, and they ask us to apply for it,
Right.
a little ways. If we can just get it just a little bit earlier than the night before, out of courtesy to the commissioners, because, I like to look through every page just to see if there's anything different, and,
Yeah.
so if we can get that, I'd appreciate it, getting it just a little bit ahead of time than the night before. But other than that, it's one that we agreed to a few years ago, and we'd always said that as long as it keeps going, we will keep going. Is there any way, like you just mentioned, 7 years, it seems like the program has grown.
Mhm.
How do we tell when we're successful?
I mean, we have those numbers, and UNO actually does, they partner with the Crime Commission to give us evaluations. They did one last year. It wasn't the most on point because our data from the first couple years wasn't all inputted, and so it was skewed. We still were, I can maybe bring those down, but with diversion, we were still looked at as an effective program, but in my eyes, it wasn't a true evaluation because that data was missing. There was only 10 diversion cases and like 5 truancy cases, and so it's just, it wasn't on the level of what this program is right now. So we should be getting that evaluation done again this year, and they usually come out of, I think the last time was about April. And so that's where they look at all the data that we input, demographics, just everything that is in our case management system that the Crime Commission has us use, and then give us a score of effective, non-effective, and that sort of thing. So, I mean, that's one indicator. Otherwise, I mean, we have shorter term ones where we do like exit surveys on what the families and the youth think, and we can kind of compile that data and understand from their perspective if they think it's, beneficial. And for the most part, we haven't compiled all the surveys, but every time we look at them, there's been maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 negative ones, but you're gonna get those. Otherwise, usually it's satisfied with the diversion caseworkers. They think that their outcomes have improved, and that they would take the program over again or tell other people to take it. So in those aspects, we've gotten the short-term perspective of the youth and families. So, but when it comes to like the compiling the big picture, I leave it up to the experts.
Okay.
And, gets us that every.
Does our rating on that affect our grant capability then too?
No,
Not
I
really?
don't think so.
Probably over a number of years, if we were unsuccessful, it would probably
Right.
look into it.
At least for this grant, it wouldn't, because that is on the legislative side on how much is allocated. It could affect, maybe they have that JS grant that we've been getting for about 2 years now, and that's a competitive grant, so it could affect that maybe, but so far, we haven't heard of it directly affecting anything, or we haven't got a bad story yet. So.
Okay. Any other questions of Tristan this morning?
The only thing I was gonna ask, is this for this fiscal year, or is it for like, for the next?
July
one?
1st of 25.
Okay.
Is when it starts. Yeah. So.
This is the application.
Right, yeah.
Usually we don't hear back till March, somewhere in there,
Yeah, I
it seems
feel
like.
that's been the latest, yeah, March, and then the next one, the EV, is due January 3rd, I believe, and so I'll get that out and get on to the next meeting to get that approved. But that's the extra, the funds that are left over from other counties not getting their allocated or applying for this one, so. If that makes sense. But yeah, that's all for July 1st through
Right.
June of 26. Yep.
Anybody else?
Motion to approve community-based aid grant application.
Second.
Thank you, guys. Any other discussion?
Bowman seconded.
Yeah, it's kind of a toss-up.
Gross,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Ott,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Obermeyer.
Yes, okay, thank you, Tristan. We'll get that signed, and then,
Yes.
is that gonna be a online signature?
Yes, they like
Okay.
those e-signatures.
So that'll be coming.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, discuss an act on interest payment in the amount of $41,472.50 to Chase New York Bank. This is our bond interest. This is our midterm interest payment, so get this approved. She won't make it till the end of the year.
I think it said something about go out on the 31st or
Yes.
something.
So we'll be on time on it. So this is just normal. Any questions on this one? Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Thank you, Jack.
Second.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Sykes,
Yes.
Gross.
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Ott,
Yes.
Obermeyer.
Yes. Okay, I did put this on here to see if we did want to move our last meeting of the year. It does hit on Christmas Eve. But there's no indication that the feds will turn it into a national holiday. If they do, we follow the feds, the state, the county. We kind of follow each other on that respect, and we would be closed that day if that does happen. I know that the day before is an option, or the day after Christmas, which would be the 26th, is an option, as long as payroll and everything works your way, or we can just leave it as is and see what happens.
Talking with the treasurer and payroll, they have until 4 o'clock on Thursday. I would prefer the 23rd, just in case glitches. We still have time on the 26th, plus checks go out on Thursday,
Yeah, we
have
need,
everything.
I think, I'm for the 23rd too, just, we gotta ensure payroll goes out timely.
Right.
If the feds decide to make Christmas Eve a holiday, we'd be closed the whole day or close at noon?
There'd be a holiday.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So I know that there is an attendance issue for the morning of, for one of the commissioners. I don't know if the afternoon would work or not. Would that work?
Yeah, I would
Not
say,
to pinpoint you out or anything, but looking at you.
Right.
Would the afternoon work?
if we wanted
did
to
something like
move,
that?
right, if we wanted to move that meeting, I would say the afternoon of the 23rd is probably our best option.
Okay. Because we have bids, and I think the bids that, we've asked the bids to come in that morning, Monday
Okay,
morning.
yep.
And then they'll be decided on at the next
Yep.
meeting. we would want to tell that. Now, as far as advertising is concerned, when's the last we would, to advertise the meeting? When would that date be? Because
For
if
the
we kind of
23rd, I
hold,
could do it, the latest would be the 16th.
Yep.
next Monday.
So I was thinking,
To get it into the paper on time. Because it has to be 5 days before.
Okay.
I should probably do it the 13th,
just to make sure they get it
just to
in.
make sure, just to make, in case they maybe didn't, then I could say, hey, you know, this needs to be.
Mhm.
So
So
we
Friday.
we could go the route of
Monday sounds good to me.
putting it in 3 places and,
And-
because this would be somewhat of a special occasion if it got changed, we could utilize that and then our social media, to get the word out. Or do we want to just go ahead and set it as that day on Monday afternoon?
I think if it works for everyone, we just go ahead and set it today. And
I think Monday's better than Thursday.
Okay,
Before is better than after.
I'm totally option. I mean, it's whatever we want to do.
Monday.
Jack, you get on Monday? And,
Monday's fine.
I mean, we've,
1 o'clock,
no, I think we can move it later.
Yeah, 4 o'clock would be
4 o'clock?
my suggestion.
Oh, 4 o'clock,
That doesn't matter to me. Time.
okay.
I just rather do it Monday than Thursday.
That'll give plenty of time for information to get out then.
Should.
4 o'clock work, hopefully?
Hopefully,
Every-
provided everything goes smoothly.
We've been asked to have night meetings. Do we want to just bump it a little bit later than that and make sure we got all, make sure there's not an hour flight delay or something? Give us a little bit of cushion. It's probably gonna be, what, a 2-hour meeting?
We got a couple, I mean, there's, other than the bids, there's not a ton of stuff on there. The bids will be the main thing, clearing those up.
That's what they want.
We can do it at 5.
I just want to make sure everyone's here.
Time does not matter. I'd just rather have Monday than Thursday.
Okay. Monday at 5?
Sure.
Let's do Monday at 5.
Make a motion that we set our next regular scheduled meeting at 5 o'clock on December 23rd.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. These guys are doing good today.
We can start talking about meeting dates and times.
Okay, any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Gross.
Yes.
Ott.
Yes.
Sykes.
Yes.
Bowman.
Yes.
Overmeyer.
Yes. Mary will have to work a little late that night, but that's all
Dang
right.
it.
She can handle it.
Making me work.
Okay, before we go into executive session, let's do committee reports, if anybody's got anything to report.
Let's see.
I guess I'll go. Really, the only thing I got is we've been continuing to have meetings, working on the juvenile and adult version grants,
Okay?
meeting with a bunch of stakeholders in the community. They're going well. I think we're heading in a great direction.
Okay. Leroy, what do you got?
I know I'm not the person, you're the person, Randy, but Four Corners, they're doing a ton of construction on that building. right
Yes, they
now.
are.
Those guys drive past it every day, so, but they're hard at it trying to get stuff done in there. That's good.
And to tag on to that, there is, it seems like there's a lot of money floating around. We will probably be asked shortly after the first of the year. The state called and they had a little bit more money to throw at that project. And we're a conduit for that money, so that it's almost doubling what they would get, up to 700, I think, or 750,000. The state's deciding now. Currently, we got 350, I think, is going through us. 350 or 4 is going through us. That first 114 we just approved, so that I was Laura had contacted me, so that might be something we were dealing with after the first of the year. So it'll be okay.
That's a change in their attitude, because they were trying to suck it back to Lincoln while they were in session. Seriously.
Well, I think this is already in the hands of the Department of Economic Development.
Oh.
So they're trying to push it out
Good.
further.
Good.
Okay. Jack, you got anything?
No, nothing.
YCDC met the full board after our last commissioners meeting, and everything went good. Good updates there. The SEND board met on Thursday, approved some why can't I say it? Anyway, contracts with City of York for some grants, along with a bunch of other cities as well. Met with the Young Professionals Group on Tuesday and talked a little bit about what we do up here. And yeah, that's what took up my time this
Good.
last couple of weeks.
Well, finally, as we discussed last meeting, the insurance was over, and that was kind of a nice break from that. But I think the open enrollment went well this last week. I know Cheryl was very busy with it. She even showed up pretty early yesterday morning to try to get more numbers and figures inputted into the system that
Before
open.
payroll.
Yep, before payroll this week. So that is done. I do know that the handbook is, it was gonna come forward, but then we got into the insurance, so we bumped it back, and the handbook will be another thing that we tackle just after the first of the year. It's done, or the recommendation is done, but then we'll push that forward just after the first of the year. So last couple of weeks has been a little bit more laid back for myself, so I don't have a lot to talk about. You got anything?
No, just working on a special election and
Yep.
survey.
After the first of the year. Okay. If that's all the committee reports, anybody think of anything else? Okay, at this time, then I would entertain a motion to go into executive session at 8:57. And this is to discuss legal advice. And in this executive session, I would like the HR, Cheryl from HR to show up, and I would ask our attorneys to stick around, the ones that are still in the room. And that will be the end of the meeting. We'll have to come back out and close, but you're more than welcome to stay, but that will be at the end of the meeting. So, entertain a motion.
So move.
Second?
Gentlemen, any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Gross,
Yeah.
Bowman,
Yes.
Haas,
Yes.
Sykes. Yes. Oberholmer.
Yes.